Hello, boys and girls. This is Miss Franger. All right, today you might be starting classifying triangles in your classrooms today. So if that is the case, I want you to take some time and just watch this video really quick. If it's not, then that means you'll be a little bit ahead of the class, so you'll have a little bit of better understanding for when your teacher goes over it with you. So understanding different kinds of triangles is important. So when we are looking at our triangles, I want you to be paying close attention to what the sides look like. Sometimes the sides, you really can't just go based off of what they are looking like. I want you to really pay attention to what the number is as well. In this particular one, it's an equilateral triangle, has three equal sides. So that means all of these sides are the same length. Okay. That means each one, just like how this one is going to be two here, and two here. So they all have the same length. It also represents an isosceles triangle because it has at least two equal sides. But we'll get to that later. So an isosceles triangle has two sides the same. Okay, it can't be an equilateral triangle because it doesn't have all three, but it does have two sides the same. A scalene triangle has three sides that have different length, okay? So you have all of the three sides are a different length, okay? And your last one is a right triangle. The right triangle is, for the most part, an easy one to recognize, but sometimes can be tricky if it's turned a different way. So I'll give you a trick later on how to figure that out. But a right angle has exactly one right angle. So we always look for the right angle. You could put a little square in there to help you. But it can be an isosceles or it can be scalene. Just depends on the size of the sides. All right. So let's just look at these. Try to figure out which one is which for these next three shapes. So looking at this first one, if you didn't see the numbers, you can still see that these are pretty equal sides. But I like to use the numbers to help me because the numbers can sometimes be tricky when you're trying to figure out an equilateral triangle. So I know that each of these sides are 3, so I know that it's an equilateral triangle. So for the next one, I'm looking at it, and to me, it looks like it's going to be a scalene because scalene has 3 sides of different length. However, I'm also noticing that this angle right here looks like it has the 90-degree angle that we were talking about earlier. To check that, I always draw a box or a square. If you can draw a square inside your angle, then you know that this is also a right angle or a right angle um, or a right triangle. So what I'm going to write is it's a scalene because all the sides are different, but it's also a right angle. So I'm going to write both of them. And as far as our last one goes, I wanted to show you this one because it's very different than the isosceles that's shown. See how this isosceles is very pointy? I don't want you to get fixed on what the shape entirely looks like. I want you to really pay close attention to the numbers. So if you see that there's two sides that are the same, then you know that this has to be an isosceles triangle, and it can't be an equilateral because there's one side that is different. All right? So if you have any questions about how to classify a triangle, please reach out. The worksheet that you have today is using these triangles to figure out each triangle for your work page. All right. So any questions, just reach out. Have a good day.